What's going on, YouTube? Mr. DankWheelie here, and today I'm going to be doing the question and answer video, and I have 36 comments that I have screenshotted with your guys' questions. I'll be going through them today. It's funny, actually, this company here, it's like a portable motorcycle jump starter kit. It's called Top Dawn. I'll put the link on the video description. But they sent me out one of these portable jump starters for my bike, and I wanted to do a little review on it, but I had no way of really using it since my bike doesn't really die on me. But funny enough, I left a lot the other day and I forgot to turn my key off on my bike, so the fan was running the whole way home. I happened to kill my battery, so now we're here and I can show you guys how this thing works, because I've never used one of these jump starter boxes myself. But it looks pretty damn clean. As you can see, it comes with a bunch of stuff, a bunch of adapters and whatnot. It's got a charger, and then a car charger as well, and a couple other little badass cables. Look at that, I didn't even notice that. It's got this cable. Wow, that's the sickest cable I've ever seen. Alright, so here we go. We got our cable, we got the engine start plug in right here. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Alright guys, so while I'm doing this, we can go ahead and start with the Q&As. Alright, so the first question is from Mr. Sketch On 2. It says, yes sir, so I dig your stunt videos and it makes me really want to start shift into that style of riding / videos as well. Got any advice for a young aspiring grasshopper who wants to get into stunting other than practice? Alright, Mr. Sketch On. The best advice I can give you as far as getting into stunting is basically just, you got it right, just practice, but it's also having the right setup on your bike as far as you being comfortable with it. I mean, if a big thing that helped me when I first started stunting was knowing that shit will break. So if you get the parts on your bike before it actually comes time to start learning, then you break a lot of less stuff and have less downtime. Because a lot of things with stunting is either you break your bike or you hurt yourself, so you can't ride longer. So best advice I can give you is make your bike pretty much bulletproof. So basically just make sure your bike is ready for the crashing before you get out there, because it's inevitable you're going to crash. And if you can save that part of the downtime with stunt riding, then all you got to worry about is keeping yourself safe. Alright guys, so we're going to plug this in real quick and see if she'll turn over. And I'm hooking this up before I actually turn the box on. Alright, so our leads are connected. I have it on. Power's on. Hopefully she'll turn right over. Ooh! Alright, I'm gonna leave this running for a minute so I can get the charge back up on the battery. Oh, I fucking love this bike. Sounds so awesome. Alright. So getting back to these questions. By the way, thank you very much, Top Dawn, for this awesome little kit. I fucking love this cord. Like, I'd probably buy this cord alone. And then the battery jumper is just extra, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys for sending that out to me. Alright, question number 2 goes to Nathaniel McQuaid. DankWheelie man, hey, what kind of jacket and gloves do you have? Follow Tonks48 on Instagram. So my jacket's a Team Merc jacket. I got Speed and Strength gloves, and then a Icon Airframe Pro helmet with the Pleasure Dome 2 graphics. That's the gear I'm rocking right now. I have no problems with Icon. It keeps me nice and safe, and it looks really good too. Moving on, we got Mr. Random. What motivates you to keep your channel going? That's a really simple question. A lot of YouTubers probably have the same answer. And that's basically just you guys. I mean, the more your channel grows, the more motivated you become to keep providing you guys with some content. And I'm pretty sure a lot of YouTubers, no matter big or small of your channel, one of the biggest, most exciting parts about being a motovlogger or just a YouTuber in general is just when you upload that video, those comments when they start coming in. It's the most exciting thing ever, seeing what you guys think about the video and point out things that you didn't even notice yourself and you're the one that made it. So Mr. Sabbath Sebastian, who's your personal favorite motovloggers from the Central Florida area? I mean, I know there's a bunch of them, not many that I know about. I'm still learning about Florida motovloggers. But I'd probably say I've always liked Downshift83. He definitely got me into doing the motovlogging side. And then we have Mr. Salt the Wound. He's always been a good friend of mine throughout the years coming up. And then one of my big favorite channels that I like, I mean, just personality wise, Mr. Shade Tree Surgeon. He's always got some great content, and he's just one of those feel good kind of channels, you know. And a lot of us do like crazy riding or whatever else, but it's cool checking out his channel because he does something a lot different than most of the motovloggers sticking to the same spiel. Gaming Central writes, have you ever got seriously injured in a crash? I guess when you say seriously injured, it really just depends on what people consider a serious injury. I had 2 really bad crashes, I would say, as far as like long-term damage. One time I was on my 05 636 doing staggered wheelies down the highway, and I came off the back of the bike. The bike didn't flip or anything, it just kind of came down lightly. But something, when I hit the ground, my knee split open. And it just put a giant hole in my knee, and I healed up from it. I'm not really any damage from now, but it's just got a lot of scar tissue, and it's just really rough. That's how that thing's looking though. Other than that, I mean, I had that ankle injury past couple weeks ago, but I mean, that's the name of the game when you're doing stupid shit on bikes. There's consequences to it. Mr. Colby Brooks writes, Q&A, thoughts on stretch bikes. I like this one because a lot of people liked it, so they're probably curious what I thought. With the stretch bikes, it's not necessarily the stretch that pisses me off. It's more so when you lower a bike. You can stretch a bike and still have the functionalities of it. It's when you lower a bike. Me personally, this is all personal experience, but when I ride a lowered bike, it really just, being tall, it kind of like kills all the performance on it for me. I just kind of feel like a bear riding a tricycle or so. So I don't really care too much about having stretch bikes. It's when you stretch and lower it, it's like the combination of disaster. This is all personal opinion. I just don't like it. I'll ride a stretch bike, but lowered, Alright, Rebecca Adams, right? How old were you when you first started riding, and what makes you want to become a stunt rider? What made you want to become a stunt rider? That was a good question. So when I started riding, I was about, I want to say, just turned 19 years old. And the reason I started stunt riding, it's just because I had bikes that would go fast and whatnot, and I tried wheelies on my R1 that I had, which I crashed. So I don't know, I was cool with the speeding and stuff like that, but I got more of a satisfaction out of doing stunts and all that stuff. That, I mean, people just pick different routes in life. The stunting and stuff had a little more interest for me than doing the whole speeding. Alright, so of course my GoPro would die. Ninja Squirrel writes, do you think a CBR 125cc would be a good first bike? I've only rode the CBR 250s, but I'm guessing the CBR 125 is just a little smaller version of it. And I would say, yeah, it's an awesome first bike. Really, any bike's going to be a good first bike as long as you respect it and you understand what kind of power it has, and know that any two-wheeled vehicle you get, it's going to hurt you if you don't ride it the right way. So I'd say, yeah, it's a good starter bike. Just know your limits and ride within your boundaries. Alright, so Redline Rider 269 writes, hey Dank, did you sell your silver and red F4i? And it's awesome to see you're so close at 100k. Been subscribed to you since you're at 2k. Appreciate you been on the channel for so long, brother. And yeah, I never really explained to you guys what happened with the silver and red F4i. I was just planning on turning that into a stunt bike, and then when I had the other bike show up for sale, I had to hop on that and buy it real quick. So basically I had 2 F4Is at one point, and I didn't really have a need for it. So I went ahead and sold the stock red and silver F4i and kept the stunt F4i that I just recently bought. Basically just because I had bought the bike that I was planning on turning the red and silver into, so I didn't really have a need for it. But yeah, I'm definitely kind of missing not having it anymore and looking to get another street bike soon. Bish Bash Josh, he has written, how much was your stunt bike, your stunt street bike, and is it street legal? Love your videos, man. I paid about $3,500 for that bike, and it was a great deal considering the amount of parts and the money it costs to put them on there, and how much time you wait to get the stunt parts and everything. It was just a better decision for myself to go ahead and buy the bike as it was. It was already built and all that jazz. And as soon as I get the lights put on and all that stuff, she'll be good to go. Andrew Francis, out of all the bikes you have ridden, what was your favorite? I know a lot of people wrote this question. Don't get mad at me if you didn't see yours pop up. But to answer a lot of those questions that were the same one, out of all the bikes you've ridden, what was your favorite? I'm going to have to say the BMW S1000. It's just an all-around great bike. The package that it brings is it's phenomenal. It's got all the electronics you could ask for. The power there is just ridiculous. And then a big thing about it that I like versus like the H2 or something like that is the maneuverability on it. It's just a really, really nice thin bike. It just basically feels like a 600 with over 1,000 cc's of power. So yeah, that BMW would probably be my favorite bike that I've ridden. Angus Parkinson wrote, question and answer, what was your first bike you ever rode? That would be my starter bike. It was a 1999 Ninja 500. I brought a guy with me to go and look at the bike because I never rode a bike before in my life. Shifted a gear on a dirt bike, nothing like that. I brought a guy that knew how to ride bikes to come and test ride the bike for me. He test rode it. And then he went ahead and said, well, you can drive my car home at stick shift. And I was like, damn, I never drove stick either. So I was forced to ride my new bike home, and that was a rough one. Andrew Moore writes, question, is starting off stunning expensive? Like, I can imagine when starting out you mess up a lot and cause a lot of damage. Do you need a very high paying job to get into stunning? All right, Andrew. Yeah, it's kind of going back to the first question I had with what all it takes kind of getting into stunting. Like I said, yeah, it's practice, but a way that you can make stunning less expensive is, like I said, buy all your parts beforehand. Don't just get like a easy pull clutch or a big sprocket on your bike and then feel like Billy Badass and go out there and break some shit. Basically, there's some things on a bike. You got your crash cages, you've got your radiator cage, you've got your handbrake, you've got your 12 o'clock bar. There's just a lot of parts to your bike for stunning, and each little part pays a little bit of a piece to, or each little part kind of has a different reason for what it's protecting on your bike. So if you have all those parts on your bike before you actually get out there initially to start learning, you're guaranteed to break less shit, and then basically that's about it. So if you have all those parts on your bike before you start riding, it's going to be expensive to get all those parts for some people, but after you get that, I mean, it's pretty much just straightforward. Practice. Dr. Octotwats writes, oh, that's a funny name. What is your favorite beer, vape if you vape, and favorite event in the past year? Well, I'm not really much of a drinker. I really don't even drink beer. When I go out and drink, I kind of get like a liquor or something like that. But if I had to choose a beer, which half of you guys probably wouldn't even think it is a beer, it'd probably be like Angry Orchard, the little bitch drink. But I don't know, tastes like apple juice. And then my favorite vape would probably be like any kind of like vanilla custard or anything like that. I'm not really big into the fruit flavors. I just like custard, pastry vapes, and all that good stuff. And favorite event in the past year had to be the Southern Cali Moto Vlog meet. I mean, going out to Cali, flying out of a different state alone is just an awesome event. But all the people I met out there is just the most friendliest atmosphere I've ever been in before, and shit's all over Florida. Cushy Kush writes, any advice for a newbie? Yeah, just take it easy, man. If you're a newbie, then don't hop into big group rides. Just ride at your own pace. Don't feel pressure to do anything you don't want to do, and don't feel like you have to be like the people on YouTube doing crazy shit. Just ride your own ride and enjoy it. Riding alone, whenever I hurt myself on my bike, it would take some time to heal up, and then when I get back on my bike, it's just like a whole nother feeling, getting on it and just going for a cruise, not being stupid. Kind of like you've been grounded forever, and then you finally not grounded anymore, so you just want to go out and be normal and not do stupid shit because you're kind of just happy to be back on the bike in a sense. So yeah, that's what I would say. Just ride your own ride and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the two-wheel freedom. Nicholas Freeland wrote the $1,000,000 question. What is the name of your intro song? The answer to that is Curci, What's Going On. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right, but I'll go ahead and put the intro song in the description. You guys are welcome, because I know you guys have been waiting on that shit forever. So Toby Smith writes, how/where did you get your name from? I didn't earn the name or anything like that. I was literally sitting at home before I even started a YouTube channel, and I was looking on Instagram when I had my Instagram first, and I was just basically sitting around trying to think of a name, and DankWheelie just popped into my head. So it sounded kind of catchy, and I stuck with it. Over time, I've been up and down about the name, but I've kind of just learned to accept it and take it. So there's no really specific meaning behind it. It was just a random word that I came up with, and it sounded catchy. Jordan Whitmoyer, question and answer. What made you decide to start riding? Basically, I was at a crossroads in life, and I didn't really know which way I wanted to go. So I had a scooter already, and I decided that I wanted to just keep riding bikes, but I wanted to actually ride a real bike. So I spent, I think it was like $1,200, the last of the money I had at the time, to go and buy my first bike. And then after that, I started making friends and a whole new lifestyle pretty much. And I just liked that a lot more than the lifestyle I had beforehand. I just got addicted to it. So Ryan Adventure FL writes, Dank, I'm a very passionate rider. I have a CBR 600R. What do you like and dislike about it? And can you shout out to Isaiah Caldwell in your next video for me? Shout out to Isaiah Caldwell. All right, Ryan, I love the CBR 600R. I really don't have much bad things to say about it. One thing I really do like about it is how nimble they are. They're really thin bikes. I mean, versus my FRI right here, they're way lighter feeling bikes. One thing I dislike about it, I haven't really rode them a ton, but I would probably say the top end on them isn't too shabby. They got a lot of lower end power, and I like the top end personally. But other than that, yeah, they're awesome bikes. They're tanks, very reliable. Mr. Pro Skater said, question and answer, what happened to your green bike? And then Andres Bays under it wrote, what happened to Olga or Haggard? So I kind of merged those two into one because it was the same thing. And basically the bike had been beat to shit just from practicing and learning on it for so long that I just made the decision to part it out, because I knew I could make good money out of parting it out and passing along those parts to other stunters. And I had bought the F4i, so I was planning on turning that into a stunt bike. Basically, I just been stunting for about a year and some change now, so I'd got that initial crashing practice out of the way and figured it was time to start fresh and with a new bike and whatnot. But when I actually tore the bike apart, I finally realized why it wasn't started. Just because my whole wiring harness had melted together where the rectifier plugs in. And at that point, the bike was so torn apart that there was no way I could actually fix it and put it back together. Well, I could, but it just really wasn't worth it at that time. But I really do miss that bike, and hopefully I can get another 636 down the road, because they're awesome bikes. So Jam Cloudberry, which is your teeth is your favorite out of anyone alive today? Who would you like to have dinner with? And if you had $1 million to give to anyone besides yourself, who would you give it to? Fuck, marry, kill, Matthew Perry, Katy Perry, Tyler Perry, whatever that means. So which one of my teeth is my favorite? Probably my molars, because they help me chew food, and food is awesome. Out of anyone alive today, who would you like to have dinner with? That's a tough one. I'm just going to be really random and say Juicy J. I've always wanted to meet that guy. If you had $1 million to give away to anyone besides yourself, who would you give it to? I'd say Mark Zuckerberg, because he'd probably make a good investment for me, and he'd also donate it to some charities and whatnot. So I'd be doing a good thing, and I'd probably be making more money off that $1 million. I mean, he might not even give back to me, but who knows? Maybe Mark will. Next question, what is your dream bike and what mods would you do? Redline, I'm going to kind of piggyback off the last answer I gave with the BMW S1000. I would definitely love that one. And it's already got enough mods on it with the quick shifter and stuff, so there's really not much more I would do to it. Probably just put a nice little exhaust on it. A couple little accent pieces, little levers. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, they're pretty sick as they come. Power Commander, of course. But yeah, S1000 with tastefully modded parts on it. Nothing fancy. DTD Rider writes, would you ever ride or / own a cruiser bike? Why or why not? If yes, which brand? So yeah, DTD Rider, my buddy Joe D Donato, I don't know if I said that right. He rides with Stunt Army, but he has a Harley Dyna, I want to say it is, and he wheelies the shit out of it. I see a lot of people wheeling Harleys, so yeah, I would definitely ride a Harley just for the simple fact that they have potential to be hooligans with. So yeah, any of those Stunt Harleys I would definitely ride. And yeah, it'd probably have to be only a Harley. I've seen the Yamaha Bolts too, they're pretty sick. Bill Dixon rides those too. Disaster Jim writes, when did you buy your first bike and how old were you when you did? I bought my first bike when I was 19, back in 2013 or 2012. Danny Hernandez writes, how many bikes have you owned and how many do you currently own? I'll do the fingers on this one. I had the 99 Ninja 500. I had the 2003 Suzuki SV650, the 2007 Yamaha R1, 2004 Kawasaki 636, 2004 Yamaha R1. Then I had the 2005 Kawasaki 636 being Olga. Then I had the 2005 636 being Helga. Sorry, before Helga I had Snowflake, which is the white 636 2005. Then I had Helga, which is 8. And then after Helga, I got the stock CBR F4i. And then now I have my Stunt CBR F4i. So I've owned 10 bikes, and currently I only own the one, being the Stunt CBR. S&G Mods SGM writes, would you ever come to Australia? Fuck yes, I would come to Australia. This shit is sick. I never hear about problems over there. Probably is their own problems, but yes, I would definitely love to come to Australia. Let me know when the plane ticket's booked, my friend. I will be there. Square Enix, do you have any modifications for stunting? For example, steering dampeners, stump cage, etc. You don't really need any mods for stunting. Basically, stunt parts were put on bikes and invented to kind of make it easier, I'd say, and make more tricks accessible. So you don't really need modifications for stunting. Like I said before, probably just getting the crash cage and all that stuff really helps with not breaking as much shit down the road. But like steering dampeners and all that stuff, they help with stabilization and stuff. But they're all basically just kind of like little upgrades on your bike to make you do your tricks easier or whatnot else. Stretch Honda, yeah, I think that girl was not a happy camper. Cool that you turned around though. Let's see, my question would be, what got you started into motovlogging? And if I can get 2 questions, what do you think someone like me starting out motovlogging needs to change about my videos? Thanks for sharing, bud. Great video. Yeah, I just wanted to get into motovlogging so I could interact with you guys a lot more. Getting back to what I was saying earlier about being able to interact with you guys, it's just an awesome feeling. So yeah, I wanted to do the motovlogging just so you guys could get a better point of view as far as what goes on with my life, and basically the adventures I have. You can put yourself in my position a lot better, and when you hear the voice and interaction and stuff, it really puts you in that place of the video a lot better. And then what do you think someone like me starting out motovlogging needs to change about my videos? That's the cool thing about being a YouTuber, is whatever you're doing with your videos, you keep doing with your videos, because it's your videos and it's your style. So basically you shouldn't change anything about your videos. If you have your own little flow or technique or catch of something that you do with your video, then keep it that way. That's what makes you unique and separates you from all the other guys. And I wouldn't change that. If people say you should change something, then that's on yours. I mean, it's your channel at the end of the day. Whatever you want to do on your channel is your channel to do. AFI Panda writes, Q&A question, would you want to die in a motorcycle accident, instant death, just because you love motorcycle? Would you die getting shot, also instant death? By the way, big fan. That's a tough one. I wouldn't want to die on a motorcycle just because it's pretty cliche, but I also wouldn't want to die getting shot. I mean, maybe if I was being a hero or something like that, have some cool shit to go down in the books with. But yeah, as far as dying on a motorcycle, I'd probably pick that over getting shot. It's a little more my style, I guess. But yeah, my goal is to never die on a motorcycle. Yeah, I guess I would choose motorcycle accident over getting shot. If I had other options besides getting shot, there might be a better answer. Grant Goodale writes, hey man, big fan. Why does every motovlogger want a Grom? I kind of feel like they're a waste of money. Why are they so hyped about it? There's IG, grant me wishes. Grant, I don't really think every motovlogger wants a Grom. I think it's just kind of like a trendy thing right now. I personally want a Grom, but they're just a little too much money than what I think they're worth after riding one for a decent amount of time. They're awesome bikes, but I guess the main reason everybody likes riding Groms is because you get on one, you can't stop laughing, whether you're laughing at the fact you're riding a Grom or just, I don't know, they're really fun fucking bikes. And there's until you ride one and have another buddy around you with one as well, then you won't really understand it. But yeah, just Groms are fucking fun ass bikes. The videos might not be as entertaining to watch, but when you're actually making the videos and riding one, oh, it's like being a kid again. Alright, so I crammed another 2 questions into this one. Brian St. Clair said, what was your first car? I was a 2003 Cadillac DeVille. I had it on rims and shit, all thugged out. It was a little different. Mr. Stormer 829 put, how tall are you? I am 6'2". 6'2". What's your favorite fast food place? That's pretty obvious. That Dunkin' Donuts. That's a daily ritual for me, so feel free to send me a gift card. I will use that shit. Critical Sniper 999. Question and answer. What's your Christmas early wish list? Oh, that's a tough one. I never really have a wish list, but I would say what I'm really focused on right now is getting like that GoPro Karma, and then the gimbal already comes with it, the handheld gimbal. So I want to get a gimbal and I want to get the Karma for like some stunt riding videos and whatnot. But basically, I'm just really sucked in on this channel right now, so I really just want to get anything to kind of go towards the channel as far as production, upgrades or anything like that, or a couple parts for the bike to make it more fit for riding the street or whatnot. But yeah, I don't really have a super big Christmas wish list or anything. I'm just kind of happy to be where I'm at right now, and bike's running and everything, so that's good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first question and answer video I've shot. My roommate wanted to let you guys know she decorated the front yard and she wanted her props. It's looking spooky out here. So sorry if I didn't get to your guys' questions. Feel free to go ahead and comment some questions in this video if you guys want another question and answer video. And if you guys sat through 25 minutes of video, congratulations and thank you for watching. Keep it dank. Ooh.